Hello, welcome back to Camus Classics. So we're working on our Tremec transmission again. It's Silver Sport transmissions, SST transmissions. They take them and do a little bit of modifications to them. This is the TKX 5-speed. Just to show you what we got. When they ship them, and this is fairly common, I'm learning, there's two parts that move in here. Besides your middle rod, and the middle one isn't adjustable, but the two outside ones are adjustable, and you have to get all of them lined up in order for it to shift. We took the handle off so it's ready to go in the car, but you just get those all lined up. It now shifts flawlessly, so we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and we're ready to put our clutch in. Okay. So clutches come with this handy dandy little tool. Put that there. Okay, so that's our clutch, and this is our pressure plate. We did already wipe both of them down with some brake cleaner, just because they come with a little bit of an oil on them. From the factory, just to keep them from rusting. New ARP bolts. We did put a little thread locker on them. Need a couple of them just to get it started. Okay. And of course, we want to get all of them started prior to tightening any of them up. We went with the McLeod. It's made specifically for doing this 5-speed conversion. Okay, so we got them all started, and over here, moved it from where I thought I sat it. Again, when you're tightening these, you do kind of want to jiggle that a little bit occasionally. And again, you want to do it in kind of the star crisscross pattern. I got a better ratchet. That one's about to go back for Craftsman warranty. And it's got our better ratchet here. Okay, so I got to look up the torque specs. Again, they're all different, but this should pull in, go in and out easily, which it does. It means we're all lined up, so when we go to put the transmission in, as long as we put it in straight, it'll go in. So we'll hop over here real quick, show you what we got to do. So we did get a new ball. It goes in here, so we'll get that put in. We got a new boot. I can put that in. And then we will take our clutch fork. This is our throwout bearing. In case you don't know how a clutch works, this sits right here. Let me find our arm. So this comes out like this. When you push your clutch pedal, it pushes in on these little fingers that you can see here. So it sits right here, it pushes in on those, which pulls the contact away so this can spin freely. And then when you release your clutch pedal, then these pull back out, so this comes back like this, and not all that way. It rides pretty much right there on it, but it releases just enough to allow those to grip again. So that's the way your clutch works. And then this has a arm that is what pushes it. That ball that we're replacing goes right in here. We'll put a little grease on there, and then this just slides onto that, and so it just pivots off of that. So that's the way clutch works. So we'll get these torqued to spec, and we'll put the bell housing back on because we'll be ready for that. And when we come back, we'll be ready to set the transmission in.
What do we do with that other thing?
What other thing?
Line this up.
Oh, that way.
Right here. Okay, I just wanted to show you a finer deal on this here. When I was a young man and we was mechanic and what have you, changing a clutch or whatever, we never ever had these. I think they made them, but we never ever did have these. But it makes it so much easier, because what we would do is we would just have to sit back, and if you look right in that hole, we'd have to line up that clutch plate with that center of that pilot bearing in there. And we usually could do it, but it was quite a hassle. But this here little tool makes it quite a lot easier. It's just a plastic thing, and it's made for the amount of splines is in the clutch plate. So just a little bit of information for you. So we'll get the torque specs and get this torqued, and then we'll be back with you. Thanks.
Okay, so we've got our bell housing in, clutch is in, we're ready to stab the transmission in there. It is in gear, and we did put the yoke in it, so if we need to spin it to line it up, you don't want to put any weight on that front shaft. So if we have to spin it just a little bit to get it in, we're ready to do that. So
Gotta go up some. Oh, hitting on that shifting deal. There you go. Can you spin that? Let's set it back down.
Ow. So this one is a little heavier than the 4 speeds. So we may have to get a jack to put it in, transmission jack. So, but that's basically it. We're gonna stop that up and in there. Put our cross member in. We do have to wire up our speedometer and backup lights. We do not have a neutral safety, so we're just gonna block that off. We may have to measure and get a new drive line. We'll find out once we get it in, but. So we ended up getting it up and in. It took all three of us. Our camera person had to kind of move this while we got it in, but we have it in. So now we're putting in the cross member. We're gonna have to take that back out because our bolts are slightly bigger than their holes. So I have to drill these out just a shade bigger. Looks like just the paint is about the thickness. So we'll clean these up and we'll be back to you as soon as we get this cleaned up so we can get this in. Okay, so we got the bolts down through. We're ready to do this side. This side's a little easier because they were elongated and ready to go. Hand me that bar. So they're just a hair long on this front one. You kind of have to pry up the floorboard just a bit. Just that much. The back one should just drop right in. Okay. And before we get that all tightened up, we want to make sure these ones will go in. Just a bit. You push that transmission this way just a hair. Not so I'd really notice it. Okay. Okay, so from there, basically, tighten these up, tighten up the 4 outer ones. That has our transmission installed. We still need to plug this off, which was the electronic speedometer. We're still using our manual one, which is on the other side. We got to put the gear in for it. That we're not using. It was a neutral safety switch. We don't have one, so. And then we have our backup light switch on this side. So we got to wire that in, put the starter back in, put the exhaust back. Of course, we still got to put our fluid in here. Check our drive line length. I think we are going to have to get a new one. I think the other one ended about right here, and I don't know that we had enough play in it. So that's pretty much what we got. We're probably not going to be able to finish it because of the drive line. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.